Good morning, children. Today I'm going to teach you the chapter that is rocks, chapter number 6. In this particular chapter, we are going to study regarding the rocks, the difference between the minerals and the rocks, the types of rocks, rock cycle, classification of rocks, igneous rock, two types, volcanic, plutonic, third type is hypobasal, engineering uses of igneous rock, sedimentary rocks, formation of sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock formation, classification of metamorphic rocks, etc. In this particular chapter, we are going to cover all these phases. Now, what is a rock? As a rock means lithosphere on the topmost layer of the earth is often considered as a rock sphere. The crust has many types of rocks. The term rock refers not only to any hard material but also the soft material which is present on the earth. It may not be only granite but also soft and loose particles like sand, silt, and clay which is derived from the earth. So therefore, a rock can be defined as an aggregate of mineral that forms more or less of two or more mineral. Now, what is the classification of a rock? It has been subdivided into various heads. That is, first is igneous rock, second is sedimentary rock, and then we have metamorphic rock. The igneous rock is regarded as a primary rock and it is further divided into intrusive and extrusive igneous rock. Sedimentary rock is further divided into mechanically formed, organically formed, and chemically formed rock. And metamorphic rocks, these are secondary rock. Under the heat and pressure, altered rocks, marble or slate is an example. So under the heat and the pressure of the parent rock, metamorphic rocks are formed. Now we will study regarding the rock cycle also, the equilibrium, the interrelationship between igneous rock, sediment, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, weathering and erosion. That you are going to find it in your book itself in the rock cycle, which is there in page number, we have in the page number 52. That is a 6.12 diagram has been given of rock cycle. You can see the solar energy, the sediment, etc. The rock cycle, the further the diagram. If you want it to be more clear, you can refer the book also. The rock cycle, the weathered and eroding material, the sediments. Lithification is the process of cementing of the rock. Then sedimentary rock again, it goes under the heat and the pressure, denudes, and then it changes its form to the metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock, which is formed inside the earth crust in the form of magma. It can be in a semi-molten state or in a solid state. Now, when it is blown up again in the form of a magma, it solidifies and becomes an igneous rock. Now, igneous rocks are of two types, extrusive igneous and the intrusive igneous rock. So, in extrusive igneous rock and intrusive igneous rock, extrusive igneous rock is volcanic rock, fine grain, and intrusive is plutonic or coarse grained rock. So, igneous rock, they are primary rock. Igneous means they are derived from fire, from the bursting of volcano. So basically their chemical composition of these rocks varies from aluminosilicate. Then we have igneous rock, the rocks that are formed from originally hot molten material through the process of cooling and crystallizations are called the igneous rock. They are also called the primary rock. Their rate of cooling, they are hard and compact. They are formed by solidification of magma. Granular, their size and crystals depends upon the rate of cooling of the molten material. Most of them consist of silicates. They do not have layers, and igneous rocks are associated with volcanic activities. Magma, the hot molten material which occurs. Then we have the volcanic rocks, plutonic rocks, and hypobasal rocks. So volcanic rock, these are igneous rocks formed on the surface of the earth by cooling and crystallization, as I told you. Lava erupted from volcanoes and the size of the crystals formed in these rocks are very fine and microscopic. Plutonic rock, these are igneous rocks formed at considerate depths, generally between 7 to 10 kilometers below the surface of the earth. And hypobasal is also kind of a rock, igneous rock, which is formed by the intermediate depths, generally up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the earth. So you can see the examples which has been given here in the form of the photos which has been shown to you, the plutonic rocks, the volcanic rock, etc. Intrusive igneous rock are also have a further division into batholith, laccolith, sills, dikes, and necks, which is given in page number 46 of your particular chapter. Okay, so you can find it out, the batholith, laccolith, sill. These are all the internal part of the earth crust in which the molten magma solidifies. So what are the engineering uses of igneous rock? Basalt and other dark colored igneous rocks are very strong, hence are used for foundation of roads, stones, etc. They are very hard. Okay, their rate of cooling is faster, and also used for foundation of dams and reservoirs. So that is the engineering uses of the your igneous rock. Basically, they have because since the igneous rocks are first to be formed, they are called primary rocks, and their formation are depending upon the classification. The second most important type of a rock, that is called the sedimentary rock. The sedimentary rock is basically formed when igneous rock are being exposed to the earth's surface. They are broken down by the process of weathering or from the consolidation of sediments that are transported by water, wind or ice, or deposited by various organisms. They are then deposited as sediments. Any exposed rock, due to the various agents, the sediments are deposited one over the year over a longer period of time. Subsequently, the layers are formed. They are called stratified or sedimentary rock. Formation of sedimentary rock, as I told you, the main agent can be the weathering, erosion and deposition. Weathering, the breaking down of the parent rock due to the process of weathering, either because of the eroding of a particular land surface, removal involves the weathering, and the transportation, the residue which has been left over, they have been deposited and transported from one area to another area. The deposition is the process when water, wind and ice or gravity loses energy, causing sediments to drop. You can see the formation of cycle of the sedimentary rock, how the sedimentary rocks are being formed. Upliftment and exposure, taking place of weathering. When they are being denuded, they have been transported and deposited. Lithification is the process of compaction or cementation, and this is how the sedimentary rocks are being formed, which is clearly shown in the formation of the cycle of sedimentary rock. It also contains various characteristics. They have been classified on the basis of formation, classification of the sedimentary rock. They are clastic, fragmental, made by compaction and cementation, as I told you, that is called lithification. And non-clastic sedimentary rocks form from chemical reaction, chiefly in the ocean. So process involved is lithification, means turning the loose materials into hard rock. Now three processes are involved in turning the loose materials. One is evaporation, compaction and cementation accordingly. Then classification on the basis of formation also. We have mechanically formed rock, chemically formed rock, organically formed sedimentary rock. You can see the sedimentary breccia, chert, coal, conglomerate, flint, iron ore, limestone, oil shale, rock salt, sandstone, shale, siltstone, etc. So these are the examples of your sedimentary rock. Limestone basically we find which is used here, like we have the organically formed sedimentary rock, the skeletal remains of animals, the shells, etc. It contains the proportions of huge quantity of lime. Now the last one that we have is called the metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock, the rocks which have formed through the operation of various types of metamorphic processes, metamorphism that we say, on the pre-existing igneous rock or sedimentary rock, involving changes in texture, structure and mineralable composition. Basically, metamorphic rock is derived from metamorphism, alteration of the composition or structure of the rock by heating, or the temperature and the heat defines the takes the metamorphism into course. Metamorphic rock formation, they are formed by the refers to the alteration, the composition, structure of the rock by heat. The rocks were once igneous sedimentary, underwent the change process and chemical process, the factors that take place changing the rocks and temperature under the pressure. So metamorphic rocks are formed near the intrusion and plate subduction zones and deep mountain slopes. So there are three types of metamorphism: thermal metamorphism, dynamic metamorphism and regional metamorphism. We have classification of metamorphic rocks: foliated rocks, non-foliated rocks. Foliated rocks, directly banding or layers that form perpendicularly because of the pressure. You can see like sedimentary rocks also, they are formed by the strata, but the formation is different. And non-foliated rocks are crystals with blocky shapes and do not have the banding. Okay, that is the difference between the foliated and the non-foliated rock. Especially as I told you, you can see the table 6.2, how the original rock undergoes the changes of temperature and pressure, and the metamorphic rock has been formed. Like limestone becomes marble, sandstone becomes quartzite, shale becomes slate, coal becomes graphite, basalt becomes schist, and basalt becomes schist, granite, genesis, dolomite, marble. This is how it becomes. So because of thermal metamorphism, dynamic metamorphism and regional metamorphism, these kind